Terraria's 1.4.5 update does not lie about being big and bold, adding an absolute crazy plethora of new content for us hungry Terraria fans to dig our teeth in. So, what we're going to do today is quick fire over 100 new changes and additions to hopefully scratch the surface of what this drop has to offer. Let's not mess around and get right into it. Dungeon entrances have been redesigned with two beautiful new looks. Lava boulders have now been added, which can make quite the mess of your world. Friendly NPCs now have portraits, which I personally do actually love. A new moss zombie variant has been added, giving a brand new way to obtain glowing moss in your world. Phase blades and phase sabers have been reworked, now flying through the air and sticking in the ground, forming a barrier. A new UI element lets you toggle crafting from nearby chests. What a quality of life feature that is. A new accessory rarely dropped from Hoplites called the Stress Ball lets you AFK by automatically attacking for you. There's a new early game summon called the Mushroom Staff, which just looks adorable by the way. Secret Seeds have been overhauled by now having their own dedicated menu screen on world creation, and this is also where you can mix and match to create new worlds all together. The defense indicator now tells you how much damage in practice you'll be negating, and has this new visual. Pixies can drop a new transformation item called Enchanted Pixie Dust, turning you into, you guessed it, a pixie. Storms can now bring vicious lightning along with them, striking enemies in trees and dealing damage with burning embers. We now have a new Skyblock Secret Seed, and where you can actually progress from nothing to victory. I have no idea how though. Conveyor belts can now be placed vertically and move items along with them. We've got a new yo-yo accessory called the Strung Counterweight, which is pretty nice. Given the theme of the update, I suppose, it is now possible to get this glorious logo in your home screen. I'll let you figure out how though. There's now a new transformation item called the Amulet of the Night, which turns you into a vampire. Oh, and it drops from vampires too. Shop. The whole crafting menu has been overhauled, now giving you this lovely spacious UI with category sorting and a search bar. Absolute bliss. There's a new purchasable item called the Portable Kiln, which lets you place down your own pots. And smash them to bits, of course. And if that's your thing, why not also buy the Mighty Tighty, a tool which lets you place down your own stalactites. Fishing has been visually overhauled too, now giving you a very nice visual indicator of what's down there. Whether this correlates to what you actually fish up, I think it does. Crafting rare items has received this beautiful new animated text, very fancy. You may now see jaw-dropping auroras forming in your ice biomes at night, just breathtaking. The man, the myth, the legend, the Orca is back. Oh, how I missed you from the last gen. Building has received this lovely new indicator to show where you're going to incorrectly place a spasm of platforms. No, actually, this is really nice. We've got a load new hairstyles. There's just nothing wrong with that. Chlorified armor has finally received some summoner love with a new visor helmet and set bonus to go with it. And speaking of summoner class getting some love, it has its own set of good and bad reforges too now. I just can't wait to spend 400 platinum trying to get fabled on everything. The Power World crossover has introduced a couple new summons for us to guard them free from some baddies, including this little guy here. Powering a chest now turns into a hopper-like device, finally making auto-sorting a possibility perhaps. The Harpoon, it's apparently being buffed, slightly I think. I mean, it might have a bit of piercing now, but it isn't exactly S tier, is it? For a real S tier weapon, the zombie arm now has these flash effects when swung. Cannonballs can now be placed down like a tile, giving you options. The Paladin's hammer has received an overhaul, and damn, does this thing ever look like it's going to be even more of a beast now? Maybe I'll re-review it, who knows. The total amount of active summons is now displayed within the buff, very cool. And this is a huge one coming up, but Banner Collection now has its own section to claim them from, meaning no more clogging up your inventory, and more importantly, no more missing banners to a full one. Incredible feature. Worlds now have some icons to show if they've been newly created or newly played, etc. We've got another new Palward summon called Fox Sparks, which not only works as an amazing sidekick, but also as a pre-hard mode flamethrower, which you know, is the most forgotten subclass in the game, will take as a big win. Fertilizer can now be shimmered into an upgraded version, which causes acorns to grow into massive trees. The traveling merchant can sell a new Pearl World vanity set. The King Slime now can drop the slime staff, which while I would say has made the slime staff more common, it still seemingly has a very small drop rate, taking me like 20 kills. We've got 2 new pylons, one for the underworld, and this one here for the shimmer biome, which is obtained via shimmer. Oh, and your pylon network now has this nice little visual too, to make it a little bit more organized. Gem crystals can now be made into food. Okay, why not? Stink potions now have a use, making nobody want to talk or sell you anything when you stink. Or at least I think that's how it works. The Torch God strikes again, introducing a new Torch God's Flavor Potion, which upon drinking, gives you a buff which automatically switches out torches with the corresponding biome they're in. And I've just flipping messed up my banner room doing that. Mannequins can now hold weapons, though I couldn't get it to visually display here. Maybe I'm just an idiot. We've got dozens of new furniture sets for a bunch of wacky stuff, with this new snow clock being without a doubt my favourite decor in the game. It's just incredible look. I feel like it's new boulder time again. Here we've got rainbow boulders, which can be crafted with a boulder and 50 fallen stars, and it unleashes this absolute bullet hell on whatever's in your world. We've got a new healing potion called Jungle Juice, requiring a life fruit to craft. We've got a new CRT TV monolith, which lets you relive the past without all the downsides of RCA connectors. We've got an absolute load of new paintings all over the game now. Some are quite rare too, but I'll let you find them all. In case that CRT emulator wasn't retro enough for you, you can go a step further with this other monolith. And honestly, how long until someone actually finishes the full game like this? Dungeon bricks can now be crafted with hard mode ores with an assembler in Ecto Mist. The classy cane now just gives you an infinite amount of money, I guess. I don't know, just bang on a stress ball, and you've got yourself the easiest money farm in all of Terraria, I guess. The jungle can now infest the lizard bricks, making it look a whole lot more jungly. You can now shimmer the slime gun into the shimmer gun, giving you a way to transform NPCs without flooding everything with gallons of shimmer. We've got a load of new vanity-like accessories which change your hit sound. I won't spoil the others, but here's one example. Now, this one's kind of a double whammy, but we have a new harbord variant of the mining set and of the angler set. It will be interesting to see how max loadouts are affected with these new stats now. A handful of new slimes have been added, including these ever so floaty cloud ones. And if you haven't noticed yet, the sun and sky lighting has received a stunning new lick of paint, improving outdoor lighting in pretty much all scenarios. A pufferfish critter and craftable pufferfish pet have both been added. A new bit of NPC housing dialogue has been added, outlining the basics your future slaves desire but won't care. Oh, and if you do actually build some nice rooms for them, the housing tool is a lot more visual when it comes to showing valid housing. Set bonuses now appear as subtext on armor pieces, meaning you no longer have to equip the whole thing to find out. A new RC car has been added, which can ride on both tiles and walls. Very trippy indeed. We've got a bunch new music tracks to feast your ears to, including one for the Eater. Critters can now be permanently placed with the Interact button, which basically means we're going to have ducks everywhere now. Reforging has been given an emergency stop system on top prefixes. This makes sure you don't spam over them. Somehow I bet I will still do that though. We've got a new Acorn Slingshot weapon, which lets you deal with slimes while simultaneously replanting the forest. Very nice. And if acorns aren't your thing, mud balls can be crafted early game to make a mess of your world and deal with more slimes. Another slime one, because why not? But slimes will now camouflage like lizards, changing to the colour of the paint underneath them. Now, we've got an absolute motherload of new achievements, which teases some of the shenanigans to come. Many items have been resprited. Here's just a couple. Weapons and tools can now stack. Yeah, unexpected, but another quality of life feature. Rainbow slimes are now way more common. Conveyor belts now affect enemy movement just like yourself, making farms like this more effective than ever. The character creator has received a facelift, letting you preview your play with a few different outfits. The Flare-On, one of my favourite weapons ever, now has a second mode, turning it into a more typical swinging flail. Hooks now display the keybind when hovering over them. The Dead Cells crossover has introduced a buttload of new weapons, including this new pirate drop called the Barrel Launcher. Some Weeping Angel boulders to worry about? Yeah, it only moves when you look away. But don't worry, because you can pet some of the Palwed creatures. all is fine. Wait, no it's not, I lie. These new boulders we've been talking about can actually spawn anywhere in the world as traps. This one seems to be the star boulder from earlier. The dungeon has received 2 new enemies, including the librarian and water bolt mimic. I think the water bolt mimic can also drop you a water bolt, which is pretty nice. Barrels. Are you ready for this? Now have an open and close animation. The radio thing can now be placed and powered like other monoliths. And just casually, we've caught 9 new unbelievably epic whips spread all throughout progression. There's a new hard mode bomb called the power bomb, which lets you destroy hard mode ores very easily. Presents can now be coloured, and drills have received a brand new sound effect. And last but not least, poo boulders. Alright, I'm gonna play some Terraria now.